right, welcome to Gen X Rated Thursday edition. How we doing, guys?
Good. A lot less rage than Tuesday.
I love it.
So yeah,
Keep that up, Billy. Must be the haircut working for you.
could be the haircut, could be the nice weather, it could be I don't know, but I'm sure it'll build up as we go along. So
I'll do
stay
my
tuned.
best to make that happen. Gino?
Well, I'm here to give you the Thursday grocery shopping price report because I went to Aldi today to find out if shit was more expensive. And the only thing I can tell is definitely more expensive is extra virgin olive oil. It was $10. It's normally like $6.99 or $5.99. That was way more expensive. The eggs were more expensive. They were $6.49. Yeah, everything else seems like within my. It probably is a little more expensive, but definitely that olive oil is imported, so it went up $3-4 easy
Yeah.
if you like olive oil, and the eggs are outrageous right now. So I don't know, man. I just went shopping. I spent $97. I didn't buy that much shit.
Are going up, but Trump swears that egg prices are coming down. Everything's great.
$6 at Aldi is a lot for eggs that used to be like $1.39, $1.49. I can remember.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
whatever, Trump.
You go to like Trader Joe, and it depends on what kind of eggs you want. I mean, if you want like organic, free range, cage-free eggs, you're going to pay more.
$14.
If you want, those shitty factory farm eggs that, crack in your hand before you can even break them over the pan, they're still expensive. So
No doubt.
might as well pay the extra, because you can tell, man, you can like the difference in the yolk color from like a farm fresh egg that came from a healthy chicken. The yolk is completely different. The shells are a lot harder to crack.
How about even when you get somebody, you're lucky enough that somebody gives you, they have chickens themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
You've brought them over before.
We were getting those before from that guy that Gary knew.
Right. Oh, right. How are the prices for you guys? Meat's stable or expensive, Rob?
Everything's kind of drifting up a little bit. I don't buy a ton of meat, but it's just noticeable. I buy the same number of items, and it's grossly more expensive.
Well, I gotta say, and I'm only shopping for myself, but I was at Trader Joe's yesterday. I think I got about like 4 or 5 days worth of food for $70.
That's good.
So Trader Joe's isn't too bad.
Paper products?
No paper products.
Okay.
Well, this dude eats he eats his breakfast meal. It takes him till noon to eat, so he eats 2 meals in fucking one sitting. He eats so fucking slow.
It's
only
healthy.
gonna cost you $70. He probably fucking eats oatmeal every fucking day. You buy organic oats because they spray oats a lot.
I don't know, man. I buy the Trader Joe's brand with the flaxseed infusion, and I don't know if it's organic. It's pretty good though. It's not.
I'm just saying, Rob would know things they spray and don't spray. Rob's pretty good about that. Hey, my wife's in Albuquerque. She said we can end the podcast today because she's figured out America. She just texted me. So this is my wife, producer Melissa, who's in Albuquerque helping my son get settled in. She goes, so this is my take on the state of America. It is run by the wealth class. Check. They are venture capitalists. They are using the same tactics on the country. They bought Trump, which basically bought them America, which they are viewing as a depressed corporation ripe for the picking, ready to sell it off in pieces. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that about sums it up. JD Vance is part of a company that's, I think it's called Acre Swap. They're all about buying up fucking depressed farmland.
See? There you go.
Yeah, Uncle Bill, you said that 5 weeks ago that they were going to bankrupt these farmers and then take their land on the cheap.
You're seeing it happen. I mean, they're all set to do it. I mean, all of this, man, they've got a plan. I mean, it was right out there, the 2025 agenda. People didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
And then Bill got me thinking with that. You got me thinking really fucking hard with that. Fucking Musk has fuck you money. And it got to me thinking, Trump has never had fuck you money. This is the first time in his fucking life over the next 4 years where he's going to get fuck you money. This is what this fucking shit's all about. It's a massive grift. They're playing the social fucking justice fucking war against us when it's really a class war against all of us.
Yep.
And all of our shit's going to go up. Everything's going to cost us probably $3,000 to $5,000 more per household.
But then they turn the gaslighting around. Trump was talking today, the orange guy, about all the energy that we're going to produce. He wants to put a pipeline from New York up to fucking Vermont. No, it'll be underground. When they cover it, you won't even know it's there. It's going to save each family $2,500 a year in heating costs, and
it's going to cost $50 billion to build, asshole. So fucking when will the break point even be? Because he'll be fucking dead.
Well,
It'll be fucking decades from fucking now. This guy's fucking full of shit.
He's so shit out of the air.
I mean, dude, he's so full of shit. I was reading fucking today, like he's gonna fucking deport all these motherfuckers. Remember how we were all freaking out about fucking Guantanamo?
Yes.
You know, there's like 40 motherfuckers left at Guantanamo. They secretly fucking flew them all back to the fucking United States. This guy hasn't deported in a month any more people than fucking Biden deported in any given month.
To your point, 40 deported to Guantanamo. All 40, like you said, were brought back here. So you want to talk about waste management? Holy fuck!
I mean, dude, he's just he's cost us. I don't know. That cost like $16 billion to pay 1,000 people to do all this shit.
They're
it's
all
fucking
photo ops,
insane.
man. Do you see how cool Hegseth looked when he did that in his uniform and stuff?
That fucking guy.
Did not. So did he look as cool as fucking Bush when he fucking got on that aircraft carrier
with his cod piece?
With his cod piece. And what I love about that whole thing that people always miss is the pilot that landed him on that motherfucker almost missed. He hit the fucking last fucking wire because he was so fucking nervous about flying Bush. They got their best pilot, and he was fucking nervous and hit the fucking last wire to fucking stop him.
I bet he was nervous. He's like, if I fuck this up and kill this guy, Cheney's in charge.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. So anyway, what's going on, Rob? I know you did your homework today. You always do.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the orange guy, but we're moving on. So to your point, this is Lee Zeldin. He's the head of the EPA.
Former congressman in New York, right?
Yes. And they've cut 31 rules from the EPA right off the top. I'll just start with his quote, which was that we're driving a dagger through the heart of climate change religion and ushering in America's golden age. So the way that you do that is that you, first of all, you roll back all kinds of rules about industrial pollution. We'll have more mercury in the air, more air toxins, because it's good for business. Soot pollution should be on the rise. And we're even going after the wetlands. Like, we have learned nothing. They started under Biden to really get into climate change. This did start in 2009, where we found out, hey, you're complaining all these kids have asthma, we have breathing problems, etc. Maybe it's some shit in the air. But we're going to go back because the coal-fired plants are where it's at. Drill, baby, drill. And we'll worry about the consequences later. The other thing that the EPA rolled out, not only are they closing buildings because I guess, Trump is a real estate mogul, so he understands these things.
Allegedly.
But they're closing the EPA headquarters in DC, along with 10 other regional offices, because who needs them? But the thing that really pissed me off was we're back to this DEI thing. So one of the programs that they canceled was the environmental justice. And it may not seem much to guys in the suburbs or that live a little further out, but it basically protected industrial pollution and, get this, low income and majority of Black and Hispanic communities. This was supposed to be where they had some social justice. Somebody was defending them through the EPA, so that you couldn't just.
Well, why would that be, Rob? Why would they want to? Why would they need to do all this? Would it be because every fucking chemical plant was put up next to fucking Black neighborhoods, or every fucking chemical plant that was put up, Black people were pushed into those fucking neighborhoods and forced to live?
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, they have higher fucking cancer rates, but these fucking cancers can't be proven by these fucking chemical outbursts, by these fucking nasty. They can't be specifically proven because there's all sorts of weird cancers that happen to different people depending on their genetic code.
A weird cancer, right?
So it's just a fucking easy way to put fucking disadvantaged people at fucking risk, give them all sorts of fucking hideous diseases, and say, hey, you can't prove that. Just like they used to say, you can't prove fucking smoking causes lung cancer and shit. It
Yeah.
obviously causes all sorts of hideous fucking diseases. That's why you're not putting it next to fucking Beverly Hills or goddamn Palm Springs.
Well, and to your point, that was what was talked about today, what I just mentioned with this pipeline going up the East Coast. Trump said it's going to go through a lot of areas that are very depleted and poor, which is perfect because that'll supply jobs. I mean, this.
Listen,
As the oil passes by them when they're sitting in their backyard smoking crack, that's going to supply a fucking job. What the fuck is he actually fucking talking about?
well, and here's the thing, you know, if it's a Trump project, it's going to be built on the cheap. It's going to leak like a sieve, and they're going to grift off the
Over
construction
aquifers
costs.
and shit. They'll put it right over fucking water sources, drinkable water, potable water.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, these people are not smart, and we elected them, which makes America not smart.
It's a death cult.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. It's a fucking death cult. I mean, you literally, if you were trying to crash the world, you couldn't do a better job by speeding up climate change and then denying it, saying it's going to be a golden age, taking away any kind of social safety net, fucking ramping up tensions around the world. I mean, alienating us from all of our traditional allies. The world's moving away from us. It's a fucking death cult, dude. It's just fucking rich boomers who don't give a shit about the next generation. And maybe there's some rich millennials in there too that are, you know, have a stack of cash high enough that they don't give a fuck either. But dude, what are you doing? I mean, I sent you guys that article the other day. It was from Esquire where they interviewed like 20 something young men, and half of them were just fucking idiots. And the other half were just extremely disappointed. One kid's like, you know, I have empathy. I show kindness, and it makes me look like a weakling. He's like, I don't care. That's who I am. And people tell me never to change. But dude, this next generation that's coming up, they're a fucking mess. A lot of them. And this culture that we've created is directly to blame. And these fucking wealthy older people, they don't care. They don't care about the environment. They're not going to be around for it much longer. They don't care. Some of them are so wealthy, they don't give a shit about Social Security because they earned enough that they didn't qualify for it, and they've got a giant stack of cash. They don't care about Medicare because they're seeing concierge doctors, and they can afford to write a check for their gallbladder surgery or their facelift or whatever the fuck they're getting. But
well,
it's a death cult. It's ridiculous.
To your point, we're getting away. We talked about this on the last show about the cruelty of it, and we're using these stacks of money to separate us from average people. And I do have some statistics. First, I want to start with this lady here, the Laura Ingrams. I mean, we're being gaslit day and night.
She's scary.
She's a little terrifying.
Scary lady.
But she says this turmoil is a transition, and it's good for us, right? It's going to return the era of peace, prosperity, and common sense. As if I trust these guys with any fucking common sense. As she's saying this, there's a CNN, and you can take it for what you want, a CNN SSRS poll that 56% of Americans are disappointed in his handling of the economy. But they're going to keep telling you, hey, this was Biden's economy, even though the stock market was off the charts under him. This is all Biden's problem until we get through to the golden age. And then I guess it'll jump back to being Trump's baby.
The golden age where we're all dead.
Did they forget that part where he said he was going to build a fucking wall for 4 fucking years and Mexico was going to pay for it? I mean, we already know this guy has a history of making stupid fucking promises that he's never going to keep. So, well, I mean, Rose said it was a death cult. But another problem, Rose, you sent that article. I did read it. But the fucking thing that stood out to me about those boys they interviewed, those young men they interviewed, they were also running away from the fucking Democratic Party because the Democratic Party wasn't offering them a fucking thing. Who gives a fuck how rich boomers are if the fucking Democrats are thinking like FDR and making sure everybody has fucking jobs, a social safety net. You're not letting Joe Manchin steal away your child fucking welfare credit. You gotta I mean, dude, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you gotta do shit for fucking people, especially when they see fucking a select few that look like them doing extremely well, and they're not. I mean, they look at fucking Elon's ugly ass. Go, this motherfucker has like fucking 14 babies and fucking like 7 baby mama. How come I don't?
And he's still a virgin. Unbelievable.
And yeah, well, I mean, fucking turkey baster, baby.
Unfuckable.
He's got a turkey baster in his fucking holster pocket right fucking here. He just fucking whips that shit out, shoots his little fucking pecker in there, little
He
South
probably
African
wears a surgical
bitch.
glove when he jerks off.
Jesus.
Whatever,
But
dude.
it kind of ties into that other piece that I shared with you guys. It was an interview from Salon, and they were talking to a political scientist about, the problem with the Democratic messaging in this last campaign. And they said, the guy was like, look, Trump is good at one thing. Trump can create a narrative that grabs your attention. He makes up shit out of thin air, puts it out there confidently.
Weaving.
I mean, he just throws bullshit out there. Oh, it's going to be a golden age. The more mercury in the air, the better. It's going to be lovely. Oh, buy a Tesla because it's great. And this guy said that he commands attention. He knows how to do that. He's a natural huckster. And here's the thing: up until the debate where she wiped the floor with him, Kamala Harris was on that same path.
Yeah.
Dude, she was promoting the economy. She was generating excitement, headlines. People were jumping on board. And then after that, they went into a prevent defense, which, Gene, you played in the NFL. You know how that works. It prevents you from winning. They got really constricted in the messaging. And instead of just pounding that economy, hey, this is the best economy in history, and we're going to grow it. We're going to make things even better. Everybody's going to do better. We are going to make America wonderful. They didn't do that. They started nitpicking. Hey, why aren't you, backing Israel? And hey, why don't you black men do this? And sending out Obama and fucking.
We're not
And
going
then-
backwards, Billy. We're
and
not going
ultimately-
backwards.
That's where
yeah.
they fucked up. That's instead of
Oh, yeah.
and
They
you
made
let
it a
Trump have
referendum
all the
on
headlines
Trump.
and all the air.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and there was behind the scenes, the Democrats were a mess. I'm not going to put it on Kamala because
No. I'm just they got the strategists took over and they did a shit job, and at the end of the day, they still got paid.
I understand.
That's
What
you,
I'm-
David Axelrod. Shut the fuck up. That's you,
Yeah.
James Carville. Go fucking
listen,
fuck your
it goes
Republican
deeper.
wife. I don't want to hear.
At
I
least
just don't wanna hear
Carville
these
recognizes
motherfuckers.
there's a problem, right? At least he's like, yeah, we really fucked
He
this
always
up.
recognizes there's a problem. We fucking lose, and then he fucking jumps in on the fucking TV and tells us how to fucking fix it. And then we do another election and we fucking lose. Fuck these people. If you
Listen.
start listening to fucking young people, you
Yes.
got half a chance. And who fucking can reach those young people? The Pete Buttigieg's, the AOCs, the fucking people in their fucking 30s, for fuck's
Even
sake,
Bernie
and
can
younger.
reach him.
Well, yeah, Bernie's like a one-off, but dude, we don't have enough Bernies out there, and no one's willing to say they're a fucking democratic socialist because they don't want to get labeled with that socialism fucking label, even though these fucking dotards don't know what fucking democratic socialism
They really
actually
don't.
is.
Yeah.
Listen, to put a positive spin on this, it went straight to the top. There was an article today out of The Guardian just talking about how Kamala wasn't allowed to separate herself from the policies of Biden. And this was coming from the leader of the free world at the time.
Wasn't allowed. What does that mean? Explain to me.
what was
Wasn't
Well,
allowed?
when
allowed.
you talk about Gaza and stuff, she wasn't allowed to have her own veer off of what the
What does
message
that mean? The CIA threatened her life? What does that mean? She wasn't allowed.
Well, first of all, you have to have everybody pretty much fall in line as you're changing directions, and maybe the Buttigieg's would have got on top with her. But the issue is that at the very top, the strategic team and Biden himself, this comes to Biden, would not let her veer off. He tried to fuck them by anointing her. They didn't want her. So she had an uphill battle from day one.
And she
Now you
won.
put in that she's a woman and that she's black. And now you have the whitest, oldest guy who's running the country, not allowing her to veer off from his policies. Maybe this was the best thing that could happen because now we can strip away that old crusty layer that was still able to drive a car and ride a bike. And move on to the youth that you're talking about. AOC took no shit from Marjorie Taylor Greene when she was in committee and she said she wasn't smart enough to have an argument with her. AOC had them through procedure, strike that from the record, take it out. It's not right. And the record shows that it was not said now. And Marjorie Taylor Greene just shut the fuck up because there's nothing for her to say at that point. We need the youth that has the energy, that has the knowledge, and has the will to make change because we need it. And as you said, we have to start giving to those that are coming up. I want to jump to the U.S. Labor Department, and this goes to the cruelty part. They're cutting employees' backup childcare. It's as if they think everybody has a nanny or has daycare that they can drop a kid off to. But this is just plain cruel. I think it's $2 million of the budget. but it's for when a legislator wants to come to work, but their kids' childcare is closed or the school's closed that day. They would have childcare on Capitol Hill, and they took that away. It's like they can't relate to what we've all gone through, more or less, in raising kids. How many times are they like, "Hey, your kid has to be fever-free for 24 hours," and you're like, "Well, fuck, I have to go to work. So here's something. Have some Advil. You know, I'm going to give you some fever reducer." And we're going to school because I don't have an option and I need to get paid. And these same people that are taking away this childcare are claiming that people aren't showing up to work. That's why we cut 1,300 jobs at the Department of Education, because these people aren't coming to work. That's total bullshit. And then I have to listen to Tom Tuberville, the old ball coach, telling me how we educate people different in the South. You should
we don't do it at all
by state, and it's just not a thing. Are we a nation of individual states, or are we one nation under God, so to speak? We should have.
Hold on. I protest. Reclaiming my time. That fucking under God shit was added for communism in the fucking 50s.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck that under God bullshit. I ain't doing under God podcasts. Nah, fuck that shit. They just added that shit. Fuck that noise.
The point is, we should have a standard for education for every state in this country, and it should be designed by people that actually got a degree in education, not the guy that was laid off, but now I'm home with my kids, so I'll be the one that teaches them. No, that's not how it works. That's not.
I didn't learn how to read. Why should my kids learn how to read? I got this far in life.
I mean, how are you going to compete with China? And to your point, China's not looking for war. We talked about this a little bit in the last 40 years. How many wars have China been in or been on the offensive? There was one. It lasted 30 days. It was with Korea. How many wars have we been into? How many areas have we gone into that we don't even know about necessarily?
Hundreds.
Yeah, Afghanistan, Iraq are the big ones. But yes, we are the ones that are pushing this agenda. And to your point, Gene, you said that we're babies when it comes to competition. China's giving us competition. So what do you want to do? We'll make them the devil. We'll talk about how they're a bunch of shit stains or whatever. It's just not how the world works. Global economy.
And again, I mean, China's got an agenda for,
of course.
And they're not exactly an ally.
Exactly.
Is any country really? All countries are competition when it boils right down to it.
Absolutely.
Well, to some extent, Trump has that part right, but the way you fucking
we had
handle
countries
it,
that we had, longstanding alliances with that we could count on, and we're cutting all those ties. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're antagonizing Canada.
Well, and even
dumbest shit ever.
champagne. We're going to tariff champagne and spirits from France, 200% tariff.
Oh, are we going back to freedom fries? Because they were delicious.
What are all the strippers going to do in Atlanta now in the VIP rooms?
Ooh, I know, right?
Be drinking that fucking what do they call that? Sparkling wine?
Yeah,
when it's not from France.
That's exactly right. And they're more concerned about the Chardonnay for the suburban white women because they're going to be kind of pissed about that.
That'll get them off their asses and into the streets.
It should.
And here, Rob, here's the weirdest thing.
Yes.
When you guys study that shit, I went to Al Jazeera and watched this whole fucking documentary on how all these women and all these people are. You know that product, Seventh Generation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that's about, right? You know the story behind Seventh Generation.
Well, explain.
I don't.
Well, basically, indigenous people, I think Native Americans, women would always think 7 generations ahead in time and conserve like the land, the water, the fucking air, their buffalo, their food. They would conserve. They would think about 7 generations ahead to make sure that shit was there for the 7th generation, and they pass that on to each generation.
Oh, wow.
And people are literally talking about how we have to go back to that model and think several generations ahead to plan for our future, or millions and millions and millions and millions of people are going to fucking die from global climate change and biodiversity change. It's just a fucking fact. All the coral reefs and fucking the largest fucking living thing on Earth is all going to be dead by 2030.
Yeah.
Dead. It's all being bleached out. We are killing shit off, and eventually somewhere down the chain, it's us. So go ahead.
Man. I was just
No,
going
I'm
to say,
done.
to your point, it's the lumber industry too. 2 days ago, we talked about how we want to cut down all our lumber. And now the people in the building industry and construction say, hey, great idea, but it's going to take 10 years for us to recoup and grow back that wood to use it again. So what, we're only going to have 10, every 10 years, we're going to do building and construction. I mean,
well,
it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. And don't forget, I mean, trees play a big part in pulling carbon out of the environment. And trees create ecosystems. If you learn a lot about them, I mean, it's amazing what they do. I mean, they communicate with each other. They form microclimates. Trees are incredible. We just want to mow them down so some fucking rich motherfucker can get even richer. It's just, dude, I'm telling you, it's a death cult. It's just a race to gobble up as much as you can and fuck everybody else. 7 generations.
And to not educate people, to keep us fucking stupid and not know about 7th generation. And fucking...
dude, I'm glad you told us, because I like their product. So I was a little nervous that you were going to tell me it was some kind of scam. So I'm glad to hear that that's where that came from.
I mean, they stole that idea from indigenous folk. But
Stolen.
I mean, the concept, well, to monetize. But the concept still fucking stands. You have to think several generations ahead. It's not even just about your grandchildren. You got to think about your grandchildren's grandchildren.
Yeah.
And then you will plan your future accordingly and properly. And if you fucking don't, we're a slowly dying planet. And again, the planet will reboot and recover. It's going to kill a few million of us off in the fucking meantime. And these weird ass billionaires and shit think they all have fucking bunkers in New Zealand and fucking Australia and all this, Hawaii, Mark Zuckerberg and all this shit, and think they're gonna survive this shit. It's like, do we really want to fucking live in a world of that many kind of like goddamn Mad Max shit? I mean, it seems stupid to me when there's enough resources going around as we speak.
I mean, you can have your luxury bunker, you can barricade yourself in there, but how long you can be able to stay in there before you just go fucking mad?
Or your head of security puts a fucking bullet in you because he likes your pad. Because that's what the fuck I would do if I was Mark Zuckerberg's fucking head of security and it was doomsday. I'm damn sure hiring my own fucking personal death cult. And my brother will quit his principal job and he'll be the head of security. And Mark, well, I mean, we'll play along for a little fucking while, but when the shit hits the fan and the nuclear bombs drop, fucking all bets are off, baby.
Yeah, you think Mark Zuckerberg's changing his own light bulbs and the air filters and doing all that maintenance shit in his high-tech bunker? Get the fuck out of here.
Dumbass. He's going to have to rely on others. All these fucking rich people are going to have to rely on others, and those others are the fucking have-nots.
Yeah.
Because Uday and Crusade Trump aren't going to fucking do the head of security for fucking Trump.
Jesus,
so I'm just, I know, fucking idiots.
Well, and I want to come back to money because the federal spending this past February, Trump's first month in office, was at $603 billion.
Day 53.
I'm sorry?
It's only day 53.
Correct. But my point is, last February, we spent $36 billion less. So already he's spending more per month than we spent last time, and he's got this Doge going on.
Wait, but Elon was going to save us all kinds of money.
Oh, I know. Well, Elon's saving his own self. But they looked at the number of Americans planning for a vacation in the next 6 months. It's at the lowest it's been in 15 years. Nobody's planning for vacation. And to those numbers, Gen Z has the highest debt. I'm going to put this up here. Gen Z's got the highest debt, which if you look at the numbers, they average about $94,000 in debt. Gen X, when we came out, was about $52,000. The millennials are right around $59,000. But the key is that 16% of Gen Z have a mortgage. 16%. It's a very small number. So nobody's sliding into a house. The American dream seems like bullshit. And I want to put up this thing that Gene sent me. This is from 2015. And I don't know how well you can see the numbers. We're kind of in the middle. This is working out of poverty. So if you have a minimum wage job, to get out of poverty, this is how many hours you have to work a week. That's one parent, 2 children. This is 2013 numbers. This was put out in 2015. If you look at the US, you need to work about 50 hours a week. The Czech Republic, Greece, we all have our issues. Again, this is 2015. So you had to work 50 hours a week to work your way out of poverty in the United States. Then we move up to 2020 and we get these numbers. Now we're number one, baby. I mean,
Wow.
if you're single with no child, you better be working at least 61 hours a week. If you're jobless,
61 to 80 hours. Wow.
80 hours a week.
Jeez.
I mean, that's not even living. And you're getting paid next to nothing. So you're not leaving poverty. That's not a thing that's going to happen.
No.
And that is just in 7 years. So I just kind of feel like we're leaving a lot of people behind, and we're putting a handful of people at the top, running us all into the ground. And due to our lack of education and support for one another, this is what we get. Now you have Bassett, who's the Treasury Secretary, came out today. And I said the other day, I don't feel like a lot of people are invested in individual stocks, and maybe the stock market doesn't matter to you. To Gene's point, everybody, your 401, you're in a mix of funds, and it is an issue for most people. 62% of Americans own stock. And this guy, Bassett, isn't concerned about your 401. Meanwhile, we're shedding trillions of dollars from the stock market, which they're conveniently blaming on Biden. But again, that guy's worth $550 million. Of course he doesn't give a shit. Maybe he loses $1 million. But to you and I, we're watching this unfold in real time, and it's a bit of a disaster.
Just a bit.
So
yeah.
Not only are you not getting a vacation, you're underpaid, and you're one step from being fired, apparently. Like I said, the Department of Education, 1,300 jobs gone. Some of the other jobs where they fired people at the State Department, they're trying to bring them back because they don't have enough people to do the
But they can't
work.
find them.
I mean, like you say, you can't make this shit up. It's
you really can't.
Crazy. So the top is spending. They're gaslighting us nonstop. You get the nighttime with Tucker Carlson. He's got one of the celebrity cabinet members just giving you more bullshit. The codfish liver oil, whatever the fuck you should be taking to not get measles.
The blue.
1971, MMR came out. Everybody was getting vaccinated. We didn't have that issue. By 2000, it wasn't even a thing. It was eradicated. 2000's not that long ago. And then here we are where we're going to get off that and go back to, I don't even know what. Where do we take us from here? The grave? I mean, is that the plan?
Shine a light up your ass. That fixes
We're going to do
everything.
measles parties like they used to do chickenpox parties back in the 70s, I guess.
Dude,
and to your point, we all had
these kids up.
I had it. I know Uncle Bill had it.
Oh, chickenpox? Yeah, that was awful.
Not the measles. So when they're there like, everybody had the measles. No, nobody had the measles like that.
Different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, measles fucks these kids up.
My brother, weirdly, who is 54, how old am I? No, 53, has never had the chickenpox. My
Really?
mother thinks he's a fucking alien. So yeah, my brother doesn't get a lot of. I mean, he's never even had fucking COVID, dude.
And he's a principal. He's around kids all the time.
Oh, I know,
Damn.
I know. But a motherfucker caught like he never went to the fucking doctor, but he had this horrible cough last fall.
Yeah.
And whooping cough was going around horribly. So he's pretty sure he's had whooping cough because he had this fucking cough that wouldn't go away for 6 fucking weeks.
Damn.
But he never went and got it diagnosed. But other than that, the dude's been fucking healthy as shit. No COVID. I mean, dude, he rode in the car with his daughter all the way to Cleveland. She gave us COVID. They went on to DC. He was in the car with her the whole time, spent time with her in a hotel room. He never got fucking COVID. He was close contact with her. I think I gave her a pat on the back. Me and Melissa both got COVID. So I know, dude. It's he might be a fucking alien. He's got a weird shaped head. So
I just want to finish on the poverty part. This was the last one. This is probably the best example. This is hours of work needed to escape poverty. You look at Japan, 14 hours. That's under, for us, you're part-time over 30 hours. So Portugal, 31. But look how we get down to the bottom. We got Canada at 44. It's a little extra time in your work week. But, we jumped to 80 hours a week. Again, the magic number.
So basically you need 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs. You've got to be working double the 40-hour work week. So yeah, welcome to the age of poor houses and child labor and fucking people dying in the street.
And remember,
making America great again.
Fucking idiot billionaires and multi-millionaires sometimes do put in 65, 80 hours a week, not doing anything physical, by the way. They think everybody can fucking do it. They think you can go work construction fucking 80 hours a week. They think you can go fucking be a
Bring
cop
that
80
hammer.
hours a week. They're idiots.
Yeah.
But you know,
They're certainly not looking out for us. I mean, Trump's already making a military plan to take on or reclaim the Panama Canal. I mean, we're so
really.
distracted. Oh yeah. And you know, Hegseth is remaking the JAGs so that nobody will tell them what they can't
That's
do.
the scary shit that they're, diverting your attention away from that.
We got Kash Patel out there now. He's cosplaying in his little uniform, jumping out of helicopters and stuff because it looks cool.
These guys, oh my fucking god!
You can't
But
make
the,
this shit up.
but the Democrats are just gonna sit back and not swinging any of the tee up pitches, huh? They're just gonna sit back and
Well,
let
we're
these
gonna
people
find
act a
out.
That's the whole
fool,
strategy.
thinking
Yeah, let them crash the whole thing and then say, "Hey, miss us
it
yet?"
may work.
Like,
It may work, dude. I'm not a fucking political. I'm no
doesn't seem
fucking
to be,
David
but
fucking Axelrod. I mean, I don't lose all my elections, but that being said, and I know he won fucking Obama, big fucking deal. That was 100 fucking years ago. Give me a
Yeah.
Feels
fucking
like it.
break,
a whole
jerk off.
different world,
I played
basically.
football 50 fucking years ago. That doesn't mean I could fucking line up the day against fucking Miles Garrett or fucking TJ Watt, you dipshit, you know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I just wish we had more mainstream Democrats on our side. They just don't seem to be willing to say the words fucking public option or improve Obamacare or fucking universal health care. Their oligarchs do not want them to say the fucking words. They want to make this shit a binary choice forever and ever. And I think as long as we make shit binary choices, we're gonna stay the fucking same we've always been. We're never gonna progress. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, who are their oligarchs? Because
I don't know.
Trump's got the big three.
I don't
Who
know.
are the Democratic oligarchs? I mean, I guess Mark
Uh,
Cuban maybe, but
the
you don't hear much
governor
about
of
George Soros anymore.
Illinois is a
Illinois, yeah.
billionaire.
And he's using robocalls basically to flood the GOP with calls of disgruntled people. So,
Which is awesome, but I get tired
Yeah.
of fucking billionaires just fucking with their fuck you money going. This is how I'll get the Republicans back. This is how I'll fuck with the Democrats. Dude, they all have fuck you money. None of us ever will.
Mhm.
Let's get let them have their fuck you money, but we got to get these fucking rich motherfuckers out of fucking politics. Someone needs to start talking about legislating
Citizens
fucking billionaires out of politics. And oh, by the way, everybody motherfucking needs term limits because this shit's ridiculous that you can be a fucking lifer and sow this much motherfucking chaos.
Yeah.
for
Trump
sure.
could have never done this if these motherfuckers would have all been term limited and we got some new motherfuckers in there. There's no way he would have been able to do this. These
And you
lifers are
can't
killing us.
relate. A guy like Grassley cannot relate
Oh my
to a
God.
21-year-old. He's 90 fucking some
That
years
guy can't
old.
relate to a 70-year-old.
Dude, it takes him 74 minutes to take a piss. His prostate's so fucking big. We don't have time for that shit.
Nobody
Shit's
has
moving
time.
fast now. Democrats do not have liberals, progressives, people, whatever the fuck we are now. We do not have time to do shit slowly. They are dismantling our fucking world in huge chunks, just like fucking Bush sold off all of our manufacturing when he was president, in huge chunks and huge railroad cars. All of our steel mills went over to the sea and fucking got shipped off to fucking China. These motherfuckers are doing this shit with our government now, which is going to leave us in fucking chaos. And they're going to try to get us to fight with each other over stupid shit while they're stealing all our fucking money. This is all about this is a grift, man.
It's a grift. Well, and don't forget, I mean, what they're doing to the Palestinian student, the legal green card holding student who was part of a protest, who was snatched away in the middle of the night, flown off to the middle of the country where his wife, 8 months pregnant, and his lawyers can't find him. I mean, dude, they're testing the boundaries. So
exactly.
Where does that go from there?
George Takei talks about it all the time on fucking Blue Sky. That dude spent his childhood in a fucking internment camp, an American citizen.
So pay attention. Just because you're white doesn't mean that they can't say, they can come and take us because we're saying anti-Trump shit. So
Correct.
Speaking of,
keep your eye on the ball.
I was going to do today's date in history, which is relevant now. Do you guys know what happened? Today's date in history, 1943.
Is that when they started the internment camps?
1943.
Yeah. This is what, okay, I'm going to tell you because you know it has something to do with World War II, but it's when the Nazis liquidated Krakow, the ghettos of Krakow, went there and started killing Jewish people and then rounding them up and shit. And that's where Oscar Schindler comes into play because he lived there, and that's when he started having all of the Jewish workers work overtime to save them from being snatched up by the fucking Nazis. Hence, that's how we got the movie Schindler's List. But today's date in history, this is when they started liquidating the fucking ghettos of Krakow.
Wow.
And it's relevant today because these motherfuckers are doing test cases, snatching up people with green cards, snatching up wives of people that were born in this country, the immigrants, before you know it. And the dude just went to the Supreme Court today, right before we got on air, and he's asking the Supreme Court to get rid of birthright citizenship as we got on air today.
I can't believe
This
that.
is the
You can't do
shit they
that.
are doing.
They're
So
wiping
remember
their ass with the
1943,
Constitution.
motherfuckers, because it's all a test case for being fucking little Nazis, which is fucking exactly what Elon Musk is with his little fucking Heil Hitler fucking salute. So there you go. Today's day in history.
So
That's
you can
insane.
keep your eye on the ball and don't pay attention to what they're saying. Watch what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's some scary shit.
Well, and they have
100%.
a method to their madness. I mean, he's going to contradict himself, so you're fucking confused for one, and then he's going to turn around and gaslight you on 10 other things. So you really can't, unless you're focused and again finding sources of actual information. It's hard. They're making it extremely difficult.
Well, here's a good rule of thumb. Anything that comes out of Trump's mouth is bullshit. So start right there. Anything the man is saying is a fucking lie. It always has been. That's going to hold true. That's consistent. So you can count on that. You can
You
hang
mean
your
like
hat on that.
protecting little girls from trans athletes when there's only fucking 6 trans athletes in the entire NCAA, shit like that? Yeah,
Yes.
you're right, dude. He's full of shit.
And to your point, I'm going to put this guy up because you just mentioned that. This was one of Trump's spirit advisors. Maybe you've
Whatever
heard of
the
him.
fuck that is.
His name's Robert Morris. Maybe this is a better picture when he's in his.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he was indicted on charges of committing lewd acts against a child. Yes, he was a younger man. Yes, it took a while to bring charges against this guy, but he is buddies with Trump. Was in the 80s, and he lived with a family. He groomed a 12-year-old, and he did a lot of inappropriate stuff. But it's probably has to do with DEI or something. Am I right? I mean,
sure, it's the DEI. It's the Biden economy.
And you can
This government's literally being run by fucking pedos with opioid and alcohol addictions. I mean, literally.
And there's some deep roots. You can look it up. In the 80s, the Reagan White House was filled with pedophiles.
Oh my God, yes.
No shit.
No, he was out of his mind. But yeah, the paper boy from Iowa that disappeared. I mean, that he was one of the first people on a milk carton. And
Are you talking about like the Bohemian Grove shit or whatever? Remember that stuff?
No, well, I don't know what goes on there. There's probably a lot of weird shit
goes on there.
But
Google it. I have no idea. But
the Reagan White House, man. There were a lot of fucking pedophiles in there, and you had gay male call boys, prostitutes. You had all kinds of weird shit going on.
Now we just save that for GOP conventions.
Was Lindsey Graham a page at the time?
Maybe that's what they've got on them.
I don't know. They got something on that fucking weirdo's ass.
On them.
If we ever missed John McCain, it was to keep fucking Lindsey Graham in check. Other than that, whatever.
I would agree.
Don't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah.
Well, at least he did speak truth to power. Again, we just come back to where we're just going to use buzzwords. You have your MAGA, this waste, fraud, abuse. We're finding out it's just total bullshit. But it stirs a lot of people to think, hey, yeah, they've been ripping us off. And when Trump says, hey, people don't show up to work and people are out there golfing, I can only think of one guy who's not really doing a good job and who's golfing.
That's fucking crazy. That motherfucker. That's crazy.
Dude, he's the master of accusing others of what he's doing.
Projector. Yep.
You know, and if you're buying into this bullshit, look around the table. When you're the fucking one that's being suckered, you're the sucker. When everybody else is holding their cards and making their money and you're the one that's fucking scraping by, you're the fucking loser. So,
and he hasn't even done the crypto scam yet. So wait for
He started.
Oh, okay.
It started.
I mean, this is the shit the Democrats could be. They could just list the scams this guy's pulling in office. Number one being a crypto scam. Number two being to hook Elon up with all these fucking weird contracts. Because even though fucking Elon's losing fucking money, most people don't know that idiot signed 2 contracts with fucking India yesterday. So he's getting some of that fucking money back. Yeah, dude, because Modi didn't even like the guy. The dude flew to India in 2023 and kissed Modi's ass and blah blah. And Modi didn't want anything to do with Starlink. But now all of a sudden, fucking Trump's president and Elon's in the White House. And Elon, even though he lost a bunch of fucking money, he's signing deals with countries that have a billion people in it. This is a problem because at any time, this idiot could just turn the switch off on fucking Starlink. I don't know why anybody wants to put their fucking trust in Elon Musk or AI that fucking much. It seems
Agreed.
insane to me because when we all use our collective brains together, we usually come up with much better fucking ideas than just relying on fucking some idiot from South Africa.
And the FAA is not going to allow that to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Well, India, I don't know what deal they're doing in India. I'm just saying he's making money. He's making government contracts, foreign government money, just being adjacent to fucking Trump, and it's ridiculous.
And the money he is losing is all money that was given to him by our government anyway. So
yeah, I mean, somebody on TikTok, a guy did a breakdown of the actual valuation of Tesla, and he's like, dude, there's fucking no value to it. It's all a grift. And he's like, he's obviously a very smart guy. He did his homework, and he's like, dude, I'm just an ignorant hillbilly, and I could figure this out. So,
is he smart enough to not get fucking like Lauren Boebert pregnant if he ends up at a party with her and she starts talking to him and she's brushed Kid Rock's nuts off her breath? I'm just curious.
Oh, this guy on TikTok, I think he's plenty smart.
She's very fertile. She's that type of chick you could just fucking blow a kiss to, and she's fucking pregnant. I could just see her fucking creeping up on Elon to get one of those billion-dollar babies as well. But she doesn't realize that Elon takes all of his fucking suits to court in Texas and only pays like $2,400 a month.
Yeah,
the richest man in the world, $2,400 a month to each fucking kid. What a fucking loser,
dude! It's a sickness. I'm telling you, it's that hoarding mentality. It's a sickness. These people are fucked up.
Well, and part of that sickness, as we go back to cruelty and stuff, I'm going to put this up. Really made me think of Jimmy Carter yesterday. We're now going after Habitat for Humanity.
What?
The conspiracy to defraud the U.S. This again goes back to Zeldin and his little EPA bullshit.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with this? These people build homes for people that don't have homes. Now we're going to stop the building of homes for the homeless. Like, how is that not cruel?
Dude, this makes no sense. But you know, somebody's got to fill those private prisons.
They're going
40 years of wanting to do this to us, man. 40 years of their fucking pent up fucking anger. They haven't gotten their fucking way, and now they're having their little sugar high, and they're going for it. They told you they were going to drown the fucking federal government. They weren't fucking lying. They're drowning that motherfucker in the bathtub.
We were warned. It was all out there in Project 2025, and Trump got up. I don't know anything about that, and fucking dummies believed him.
Yeah.
So
listen, you can't believe a word that MAGA people. You can't believe a word that comes out of this guy's mouth.
If I say federal workers that have been laid off or fired, is it 250,000 people? They say, oh well, they weren't really working, or oh, that was the deep state. Like, I mean, it's so nonsensical.
Dude, yeah. And dude, how many
of these regular jobs?
How many of these fucking boomers sitting at home retired watching Fox News all day? How many of these people fucking worked a full day every day? Seriously, middle management?
How many Democrats got on MSNBC and challenged the word deep state as being fucking dumb? Or just fucking challenge DEI or fucking woke as being another way for dumbass white dudes to say the N-word. All you gotta do is challenge this shit and make people fucking start thinking, oh, it could possibly mean something else. But they fucking let these fucking assholes literally corner the market on fucking catchphrases.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, Trump's very fucking good at that. He can remember 6 fucking things. He'll hammer that shit home, and he won't fucking wink at you, and I'll make it look believable because his brain is filled with fucking mashed potatoes. His brain is fucking broken as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But
Allegedly.
dude, this is what people respond to. You fucking have to repeat. Again, I know we talked about this 20 podcasts ago, but the reason fucking America doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore is because our fucking federal government took money and ran ad campaigns for 10 straight fucking years about how fucking disgusting smoking was. And then we talked about it in schools because they gave them money to talk about this shit. And then 20 fucking years later, lo and behold, no one, I mean, people vape, I guess, but no one fucking smokes cigarettes in this fucking country anymore.
Not enough.
Because you can change you can influence people by your policies. Democrats have to start fucking influencing people by their policies and quit fucking standing there and going, do you miss us yet? No, I don't fucking miss you motherfuckers. I hate you as much as I hate them, except you guys are just killing me a little fucking slower.
Well, and you're standing by and letting them kill us.
And I like Gavin Newsom. He's got a podcast that he does, but he had Steve Bannon on. And you know, they're both going to be cordial to one another. They're big guys themselves in politics, obviously. But you have to push back. Bannon came out and said, "Oh, they stole 2020. Trump won," and there was no pushback. And it's like that would have just been a simple thing to say, "Hey,
it's a fucking lie.
We can agree to disagree, but that's kind of a fallacy or something."
Yeah.
But
how many court cases?
Then it slides by, and then the dummy at home listening, it doesn't even register. Like, oh,
correct.
Yeah, it was stolen.
How many buck bombs do you think they had to fucking use in that studio after Bannon left? Jesus Christ. Nasty.
Also, to your point again, we talked about this. They were going to remove the call centers from Social Security. They were going to cut that whole office, which really upset the seniors because not only are they not necessarily computer savvy where they can get on, log in, and do their Social Security, where's my money trick. You may not have broadband. You may not have Wi-Fi where you are, let alone a computer to access it. So enough people pitched a bitch that they are not going to close the call centers. And that was because people got informed. It was pushed through the media and some sources, and people realized how fucked up it was, and it stopped. It literally took 24 hours once people talked about it for them to back away from that pretty quickly. And like you said, Gene, we just have to put it out there. We have to give people the knowledge and something to think about. Use your own brain. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm giving you the information, but please process it and think for yourself so we can kind of all agree that this shit sucks. I mean, Missouri is cutting off funding for ebooks and audiobooks at the public library. If you've been, and I love the library. We talked about this in Nashville. Dolly Parton gave $1 million of her own money, or at least $1 million. Great places to be, a lot of solitude. In my neighborhood, if you go up to the U City Library, it's a lot of brown people, shall we say. It's a lot of Asians. It's a lot of people that don't have access to a computer at home that go up there. They do have audiobooks. They do have ebooks. It's a way to, fine-tune your skill of reading, your vocabulary. A lot of good, positive things coming out of this.
Libraries are great.
Instead, we're like, fuck it. We're not funding it. Why? Where are you going to put that money?
Again, because, dude, an educated population is a threat to them.
It's unbelievable. It affects seniors. It affects the disabled. And just to circle back to the Department of Education, again, the people that are going to suffer the most are the people that have mentally challenged students. There's no place for them to go. So those families are getting together. And Walls is a great example of that. He talks about his son quite a bit. The current administration feels like, we'll teach them some kind of trade and they can stamp all day because they're not smart. They deserve better. We as a nation deserve to be able to push the people that maybe didn't come out genetically perfect, like Trump, and have them be part of our society. It takes all kinds of people. And to say, no, we're going to cut that from public education, where are these kids going to go?
Dude, the cruelty is the point.
It's nasty.
That's what these people get off on for whatever reason, man. They just they dig that shit. And they're just like the fucking Nazis, dude. They had a plan even before the Holocaust, before the war even started. It was a euthanasia plan that they actually picked up from the United States. The US had a plan to neuter people in the Appalachians, people that they dubbed, being unfit to breed. And they started doing that. And the Nazis looked at that and they said, you know what? This is a great idea. We can even take this further and we'll just start executing these people. And I saw a clip from an old German news Newsreel, and it was chilling. It was a classroom of little German kids being taught, the teachers at the board saying, well, if I have 5 marks and all 5 of these marks go towards educating people that, or helping people that are unfit, that have mental deficiencies or physically, it's a drain on the Reich. We can't have that. And these kids are sitting there. That's literally what they were teaching. And they started taking these people, they would put them in homes. And a few weeks later,
Jeez.
the family would get a package containing their ashes.
Oh my God.
And here's how cruel these people fucking were. It was gift wrapped. It was a little gift wrap with a ribbon around it.
Wow.
I mean, it's, dude, this shit never changed. It's fucking disturbing. And so, but that's where that shit came from. And these people just love being cruel. Survival of the fittest and the master race and all this bullshit.
Bootstraps, etc.
Yeah, and the billionaire tech bros, they think they are the new master race. And their plans are insane. These cities they want to build and the fucking society they want to put into place.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't even want to go into it because it's so fucking dark and disturbing.
But I got questions for you then, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They did this shit. And then how did Jews respond through history? For the last 80 fucking years, they're paranoid, defensive, and super fucking aggressive. And here America is doing this shit, trying to start to do this shit to everybody that's not a fucking cisgender fucking white guy.
Wealthy white guy.
You do that fucking long enough, how the fuck do you think we're gonna fucking come back at you? I'm just saying, this shit all has consequences. Black people aren't exactly thrilled with fucking white people now. And again, I don't fucking speak with for all fucking black people, but you keep fucking canceling us. You keep fucking erasing our history. And basically everybody you fired at the Department of Education was fucking black or fucking brown, and you kept all the fucking white men. You literally kept all the fucking white men.
There's your DEI program.
Dude, there's gonna fucking need to be a fucking healing process. I'm just saying, you think fucking black people are just gonna jump back on board going, yeah, I'm a Democrat again. Hell yeah, let me vote with these the half of the Latinos that voted for fucking Trump. Let me vote for their fucking best interest. Dude, people are fucking, everybody that's getting disenfranchised now is not going to forget this shit.
For sure.
And the longer this shit goes on and the more angry you make them, dude, I mean, we're gonna have to have a national reconciliation or some shit with fucking white dudes because we know who the fuck's doing this to us.
Yeah.
And it's gonna fucking be a problem if we don't fucking nip this in the bud next fucking election and win fucking some of these fucking chambers back. It's fucking
it needs to start in April. We have two in Miami, or 2 in Florida and 1 in New York. House seats, and they have
dude. They ain't gonna be no kumbaya between fucking people of color and white guys anytime soon if they keep doing this shit, and then fucking white people across this country just keep turning a fucking blind eye to this in their fucking death cult.
Until it hits their neighborhood. That's the issue. It's not affecting them yet. We have 3 rangers in Yellowstone right now. That's over 1 million acres of park, visited by 4.5 million people a year. And
who litter like shit because they're fucking pig Americans.
Meanwhile, the president's selling, Teslas on the White House lawn. It's
Tesla's.
Tesla.
Come on
That's
down.
all computers. Yeah.
Oh, my screen doesn't look like this.
Secret Service wants you to drive that right into a fucking brick wall, motherfucker.
And Gene, you mentioned education and you mentioned black women, and I just want to say that there's a program called Parents as Teachers. And, when we had our first kid, I really didn't know shit about anything. But they were all black women. They would come out to your house and they would help you with this education process. Didn't matter if you were black, white, purple, green. These are the women that came out. They were social workers. They had backgrounds in education. And I thought it was a great starting place. Now, as white people here, we're going to try and drive off the people that actually have background on this, have the education to help us, but we're not willing to fund them or accept them based on the color of their skin. We all suffer from that. And this is, we're talking about kids as early as 3 years old, even younger if they're, that advanced, which I'm sure my kid was. But my point being that it takes a village. And as we keep cutting down these trees and the huts in our village, we're going to be left looking at each other and not know what the fuck to do. And that is coming, and it's coming faster than
You
think.
just quoted Hillary Clinton, so I have to do this.
What did I say?
She
It takes a
didn't make
fucking
that up. She
village.
stole
Get the
that.
You didn't make
fuck-
that
oh,
up,
she didn't.
man.
I
shit
don't want
up.
to hear. I don't want to be triggered.
That was an African proverb.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
But
Uncle Bill. I
but
appreciate
Hillary
that.
appropriated that, and nobody white in America
Yeah.
actually knows that. So
Well,
We
now
know.
they do. Thanks to Uncle Bill. Way to go.
I
My
love
point
Uncle
is,
Bill's information.
it's going to take all of us that are have-nots to sustain moving forward and to do it in a way that's going to be positive for everybody. It's not all about the money. I get so tired of listening to KK Caroline talk about how wealthy we're going to be. I mean, the gaslighting is just over the top.
Dude.
Oh, we're going to have so much wealth, we're not going to know what to do with it. Trump said this the first time he was in office. I didn't get shit. Are you still waiting for your $5,000 Doge check? Because it ain't coming, dummy.
That's
It's not
coming.
a thing. So
Dumb.
I'm tired of money being the end all be all. It's the only equation. It doesn't help you in a social atmosphere. It doesn't help you in the betterment of your community. But you're promised this, and the people that buy into it are shitting on the people in their community because they're waiting for that check that's never coming.
It's not coming.
No. It's time to move on. It's time to stop making money the end all be all. It's our holy grail. It's not. Relationships, your community, your friends, your family. This is what keeps us going daily. Certainly not listening to that orange guy and then watching him golf. It's not helpful to anybody.
And you came up with the statistics, dude. 80 hours a week to get out of poverty is bullshit. No one wants to fucking do that. I would rather sell fucking crack myself than fucking work 80 hours a fucking week to fucking. That's a bunch of bullshit. Who the fuck wants to do that?
Well, what did Bush say? He was like, "Oh, that's so American. 3 jobs,
Uniquely
8 hours."
American. Yeah, whatever.
Gross.
And that guy looks normal compared to this shit. That's the crazy thing.
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's hard to wrap your head around.
Billy, did you want to add before I move to something real quick?
I forget what I was going to say.
No matter. This is a question I'm going to pose. This is good for Eugene. Eugene. $600 million to finance a new Cleveland stadium. Is it worth it? The GOP said that that same amount of money was unsustainable when it came to funding public education. But I'm curious. I'm curious if you think that this will happen for the stadium.
No, they'll of course fund it. They lost their precious Browns once before. Now they're up against it. They'll give the billionaire oligarch owner whatever he wants, and put the stadium wherever they want it. They're not gonna fucking put it in Cleveland. They're gonna put it in Brook Park. So,
dude, and they want to make it a dome.
Yeah,
The Browns are going to be a dome team. That's just so wrong. That's offensive.
It's like having Kenny Pickett as your starting quarterback.
Cleveland had a chance to probably buy their own team like Green Bay back. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they were fucking looking for billionaires to fucking do it.
They're all billionaires except for Green Bay and Mike Brown's.
They could have bought that cheap
50
team
million
so
short.
on the cheap. That team was worth so much money now. Just if Cleveland would have invested in themselves and bought their own team 25 fucking years ago, they would have made a massive profit. That fucking team would be worth so much fucking more money now.
Yeah.
It's just stupid to me that we even have billionaires running these things, making these decisions, all based on their egos and their, how big the dicks are in the locker rooms. Jerry Jones, you fucking weirdo. So dude, it's all fun game to these motherfuckers. Rich people are so fucking bored. Does Elon look fucking happy to you? The guy's fucking he's fucking miserable. Yeah, you might be close to power, but he doesn't even have time for the turkey baster and a new chick. So.
And he's taking the short stairs on Air Force One. What's up with that?
Humiliation. Obviously, you're not fucking me. I mean, you're South African that can never be president. I might be letting you do all this shit, but that's so I have fuck you money because I don't have your money. That's the only thing Trump fucking envies of this fucking guy is his fucking bank account, his fucking money. There's nothing else about fucking Elon Musk Trump fucking envies. It's just his fucking money. It's weird to be that fucking old and not want to fucking know your grandkids' names or, or go play golf every day, which he fucking does, but then have to worry about this shit too. But again, this was to keep his ass out of fucking jail. So I mean, this is crazy that we're talking about this motherfucker ran for fucking president again. We could have made a deal with the motherfucker. We're not going to charge you with anything, but you can't run for president ever again. He would have taken that fucking deal. This is how fucking dumb Democrats are, dude. I guess I'm fucking. I know I keep coming back to Democrats and fucking Rob hates it, but these motherfuckers gotta wake the fuck up and use some fucking common sense.
Yeah, for all the
They
good
use
things that
zero.
Biden did, and he did a lot, man. The economy was great, the CHIPS program, the CHIPS Act, all these things. But dude, he fucked up badly. And I guess I don't know if it was like dementia creeping in or his ego, but he fucking cost us a lot.
Yeah, well,
I think
they
you're
always
absolutely
do.
right.
Democrats. I
And
mean, look at
again,
fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg, dude. I'm still pissed about that shit.
yeah. Oh, fuck
Retire,
yeah.
bitch.
What were you thinking? You were
You're
not
not a
going to live
fucking
forever. What were
icon
you
for
thinking?
dying in office. You're a fucking idiot for dying in office.
Yeah.
That does me no good.
Does not. Yeah, you open the door to this. Way to go.
So I'm just saying, man, we got to be fucking. The next generations have to be fucking smarter. You can't do this shit like boomers do it. Let's let Ruth decide when she fucking retires. Fuck
Yeah,
no.
you
Have
got to
a
go,
fucking
Ruth.
lunch for that bitch and kick her ass out the fucking door and let her die not being a fucking judge. It's much better for us. And and we'll never get payback for all the shit Mitch McConnell did. And we should be talking about fucking revenge and the shit we're gonna fucking. That would get my juices going. But they never want to fucking talk to people like us and get me fucking going. They want to talk to the Elise Slotkin fucking branch of the fucking party and get them going, and they don't even fucking exist. So
no, they don't.
Whatever.
And you've got 10 Democratic House members who, censured a member who stood up because, well, we're for decorum and dignity. Are you fucking kidding me? Where was the decorum and dignity when Marjorie Taylor Greene and Boebert and those other idiots were hooting like howler monkeys?
Google
Where was
fucking.
that? That gets the attention. That's what gets the attention. You all should have stood up and walked out.
Again, Google how many fucking countries the United States has bombed in the last fucking 100 years, and then get back to me about decorum and doing the right thing and being a good guy. And shut the fuck up, America. You are fucking one of the worst offenders of just fucking name it. And so sitting here on your fucking high horse, I'm tired of that shining light on a hill shit Obama used to fucking say anyway.
Yeah.
Ignoring fucking the history of slavery the whole fucking time because he's not a descendant of fucking slavery. Meanwhile, pissing off his wife the whole fucking time, who has to live in a fucking slave house for 8 fucking years. I'm just tired of this shit. Use common sense. The three of us know we're not the smartest motherfuckers in the room, but we have fucking common sense.
That's common sense.
And we can tell when our fucking eyes are not lying to us. So, I mean, just cut the shit.
And if I fuck up, you fact check me and vice versa. I mean, it's called
all the time
to make things better, not just I'm right and this is how it is, and then I'm going to lie to you why it's right.
I'm wrong all the fucking time, but God damn it, at least I'm willing to fucking say so.
Yeah, everybody's wrong sometimes. It's not the end of the world.
Not Trump.
Oh,
not Trump. He's never been wrong about anything.
What a fragile, thin-skinned ego.
Well, dude, anybody that rapes their first wife and then buries them on the fucking golf course, not allegedly, that's in a fucking book, motherfucker.
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly. I'm just saying, it's she fucking.
How heavy that fucking casket was?
Yeah, what's buried in that casket?
It's been testified to. I don't know.
I think it's so heavy, it took like 10 guys to carry that thing.
Yeah, the woman weighed like 70 pounds.
Yeah. Well, you think he's got some gold buried in there too?
I think
gold, some documents, some incriminating shit. Who knows? The real Epstein files.
A few more bodies, possibly.
Yeah, we're never gonna fucking know.
Probably not.
Well, it's because we choose not to know. Because
we don't want
America has
a short attention span. The real story about this country, read Howard Zinn's History of the United States.
Ooh.
It's
very true. Very true.
It gave my nephew nightmares when I
I had to remove it from my house. Yeah, that was but it's fact. It is it's not fiction, and it you learn from it.
And you be better. You move on.
And you be better or be best. Either way.
Be best.
Let's start with better. let's not aim too high. Let's just start with better because the bar is pretty low.
And we need that. I'm going to jump to the happy ending because I'm sure the two of you have one. If you don't, I'm going to start with mine.
You go ahead.
It's starting on Friday. We're going to have this coming up, a total lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
It should be pretty cool.
It's the blood moon, right?
the moon, after this election, and I'll regale you with my thoughts, but the moon, I can look up there. I know it's not going to lie to me. I know you can't lie to me about the moon. It's always with us, except when it's a new moon. And it gives me a little peace of mind.
Fuck you, the moon is flat.
And it's made of cheese.
That too.
Listen,
Limburger.
It just gives me hope that there's a lot more going on out there. We're not the only ones. And to me, it's a real positive. So I'm going to check it out. Hopefully my weather won't be terrible. I do know that we have some 70-mile-an-hour winds coming in and major thunderstorms because I'm in Missouri. We'll see how
in the Midwest.
Terrifying, always. But
that reminds me, there's a documentary coming out about UFOs and other life forms, and the United States military has allegedly known about this since the end of World War II, and it looks like it's going to be very interesting. Looking forward to seeing it. They actually interview an insider, a guy who's a longtime intelligence committee or community worker, who's like, "Listen, that's all I can tell you because I've had threats." It's well known in the intelligence.
And what is it called? Can we put it in the show notes?
We can, yeah. The name escapes me right now.
You'll let me know.
I think I sent it to you.
Stranger Things. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, there's there's way more than us out there. And a lot of this stuff.
Galaxy's huge. I mean, it's I grew up on Star Trek. Okay, I know there's more out there. And Kirk was pretty bored with the American women down here, and he moved on pretty quickly.
Yeah, James T did not care. He was all about it.
All right, is that your happy ending, Billy?
That's as happy as it's going to get today. Yeah.
All right, Gene, a lot of pressure, buddy.
No pressure. My happy ending is in a couple days. I'll be in Tennessee and Nashville hanging out with my brother. Maybe I'll go see that fucking library that Dolly donated $1 million.
You should. It's amazing.
So, I'm going on a little mini spring break vacay, which is always good. It's just getting out of town and refreshing your brain. That's my happy ending. That'll be my happy ending fucking Saturday when we do our show. That'll be my happy ending next Tuesday when we do our show. My happy ending is I'm just going to do something before I die.
And you can start smoking weed again soon.
Well, who the fuck made you the weed police, motherfucker? I can smoke weed right now if I wanted to. It's fucking sitting right over there.
I know, but you haven't. You've been very good. You've been
why remind me of that and piss me off, dude? Why
You've got good coping skills.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Dave Davis. Thank you. Every shrink I've ever met has always said I had good coping skills.
Good coping skills.
Well, you do, and it shows.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate both your time today. I don't think it's negativity, but
you're kind of garbled.
Oh, how about now?
You're good.
All right. Well, I appreciate that it wasn't so negative today, though it was informative.
That's what you said. It literally sounded like you had a bag of dicks in your mouth. Much better now. Much better.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Much better.
No bag of dicks here. They're all in Washington.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, Uncle Bill. Maybe I'll catch you later.
All right. Yeah.
I'll catch you guys Saturday. Have a good Friday.
You too, man. Safe travels.
All right, man. Thank you.
Have fun with Jason.
I will. Bye.